Well, if you thought 6 Mario games was a run to behold, you need to hang on to your hedgehogs because Sega is about to step it up a notch. Now, while the Nintendo era had a few mascots, Sega strapped their rocket to one, Sonic. Today, we're going to get a look at the challenge that is a tour de force of Tails, Knuckles, and the whole gang. It's the Sonic 8. Well, growing up in the 90s, you'd be hard-pressed to find a gamer that wasn't a fan of the one and only Sonic, and with good reason. So, from 1991 to 1996, the Sonic franchise put out 7 games, while for mainline Mario games, we got just 2. And the Sonic games were hard. I mean, Mario 1 through 3 had the warp zones, right? And Super Mario World kind of saved your progress as you went, but Sonic had nothing until Sonic 3. Actually, that's not true. Kind of had continues, but you had to know how to unlock. Well, beating one Sonic game was a cause for celebration, and it was usually cut short by the fact that you didn't get the Chaos Emeralds. So now you get the bad ending. Well, legit, seeing that I worked my tail off only to get the bad ending straight turned me into one of those scenes from Five Nights at Freddy's, you know, where the kid is like crying on the floor, like holding his knees. Yeah, you're gonna tell me that not only can some speedrunners you beat Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles, but 8, freaking 8 of the hardest games ever, and they're only going to do it in a few hours? Well, who would tackle this mountain in the first place, right? Much less try to do it faster than somebody else. And who would climb this mountain not only once, but 8 times in the span of a few months and have enough sanity left to talk to chat? We're going to take a look at some of these games, these runners, and the time saves that made up the mammoth Sonic 8. As you might expect, the run is going to start out with Sonic 1. The OG. Now, I want to say that Sonic isn't hard, but let's be honest. Playing it casual, you can't find many places to unleash Sonic's true speed potential, let alone stay alive long enough to even beat Marble Zone, which, coincidentally, Marble Zone's going to look a little bit different in this run. And this is also a good point, by the way, to talk about the difference between RTA and IGT runs. So, typical Sonic games use in-game time, IGT. If the game says you got a 25 on Green Hill Zone, for example, that's your time. You add up all the times and that's your score at the end of the game. RTA, meanwhile, is going to include the time it takes to spawn the level, and most importantly, to count down your time at the end of the level. Now, if you watch one of these runs, you're going to see people kind of wait at the end sometimes. That's to hopefully save time by taking more time. You know, speedrun strats, everybody, right? Well, next up is, you guessed it, Sonic 2. Now, this time we're going to be adding the spin dash to our repertoire, trade in those pesky 3-act zones for 2-act zones, and actually get a bit of an upgrade in the music. One of the big things as far as the speedrun is concerned is the fact that the speed dash is going to let you go much faster than in Sonic 1, and it'll keep the movement going quite a bit more fluid. Unfortunately, not a seasoned runner, that's going to mean a lot of careening off of levels to your doom. Also, Sonic 2 introduces Tails. Now, if you're a younger sibling out there, you'll probably remember this because Tails can be controlled with the second controller, and speedrunners can pull some pretty interesting shenanigans with this, but not in the Sonic 8. So the rules specifically ban second controller inputs, meaning this is going to be a test of how well you can control the blue hedgehog and only the blue hedgehog. Well, anyone for Sonic 3? This game is a feast for the senses, right? If you've seen it before, you know. Awesome visuals, amazing music. However, just playing Sonic 3 would be a bit of a bummer. So Scott the Woz did a video on this where he basically said Sonic 3 is a perfect half game. For runners, this game is even more tailor-made of an experience for going fast, by the way. Sonic gets a cool double jump in this one. A variety of shields means that, you know, different moves can be comboed together to make quick work of a lot of the stages. That's only half the story, though. Well, that's right. Sonic 3 is Game 3. The and Knuckles side of things is game number 4. Now, it's kind of wild because looking at the splits for the world record of the Sonic 8, by the way, yes, spoilers, someone has actually completed this Odyssey. Grimming Hunter took about 16 minutes for Sonic 3, but the And Knuckles segment ran another 27 minutes. Real talk, I'm starting to think the Knuckles add-on cart may actually be a bit more valuable than even this. Now, who am I kidding? This baby was the only reason I could get through anything on the N64. Wait a minute. Have you been cheating on me? Well, if someone can explain to me why in the Blue Hedgehog any of us owned this game, let alone almost all of us owning it, leave a comment below. By the way, it's my original copy here. Of course, I'm talking about, that pinnacle of Sonic games, Sonic Spinball. Sonic rolls into a ball, right? So throwing him into a pinball machine, it seems to make sense. Yeah, no. I mean, what even is all of this? It's like a segmented action-adventure game, and these runners, they frequently clear it in 20 minutes. It's unreal. This is also where I gotta use this disclaimer below, because I'm looking out for your blood pressure, and attempting to do this at home won't go well. Yo, dog, I heard you like alliterative games and going fast, so we got Sonic CD for you. Now, this game has several iterations, so I was actually surprised to find out that it can be cleared on systems other than the Sega CD, which makes sense since my burnt game on this console, which won't start for some reason, it's actually behind me, like down below, isn't exactly the most consistent game in the speedrunning universe. It actually bums me out, too, because as you can see, Sonic CD looks amazing, and it is an incredibly fun game, but in the Sonic 8, blink, and you're going to miss it, because these runners have it down to a science. And now this game is the last in the Sonic 8 of 90s games, and if you told me this thing came out for the PS1 or the N64, I probably would have believed you. It's Sonic 3D Blast. It's a swift departure from everything so far, but I think it looks amazing. It's in 3D, it's more of a collect things, run to the end type of adventure, but if the 2D Sonic was boggling your mind, I gotta believe that isometric Sonic is gonna be a thing of wonderment for you. It's also the only 3D Sonic game in the run for the most part, and it does provide a solid amount of variety before we get to the finale. So I was kind of shocked to see that this game was in the Sonic 8 when I first started doing research for it. I figured, Mean Bean Machine or Knuckles Chaotix or something like that would be the 8th game, but no, we're actually going to skip all the way to 2018 for this one. It's Sonic Mania. Now, to be fair, it really is kind of like that thing in Mega Man where you fight all the bosses again, except basically you're playing some of the classic Sonic series stages with different twists on a lot of the boss fights. It's really awesome, and they're levels you'll remember, but basically they've got some new tech. It's a really cool way to kind of finish off this marathon run. But the question on your mind has to be, who? Who would have the temerity to attempt this? The ability to follow it through to the end? And it would have to be somebody familiar with the Sonic, right? Like, beyond just having a time in a given game. I think even I've got a time for, like, Green Hill Zone Act 1 or something. But they'd have to be world-class in the games that they run. If you've ever caught a marathon run of Sonic, chances are you've heard this individual at least referenced. It's Argic. And at the time of filming, Argic has top 5 times in 6 categories for Sonic Mania and top 20 times in every game for the Sonic 8. Now, shortly after Sonic Mania was released, a lot of people were still learning to run, trying to incorporate new strategies, but Arg had already moved on to incorporating that into the run we now know as the Sonic 8. With a little persistence, by November, Argic was the first to complete the Sonic 8.
Oh, no, I was literally, 4:28:21 to 5:28:38. I was I was 17 seconds off.
Well, like most incredible compilation challenges in the speedrunning world, it wouldn't stay secret for long. Now, this individual has a number of records to their name and times for 78 different games on speedrun.com. Cronin stepped up and took on the Sonic 8 and posted a 6-hour and 23-minute run. You can see the end of it here.
I became I beat 8 games. Sonic 8, more like Sonic Eat than...
So Argic's first PB was actually a ways under that, and by the time Cronoon posted their run, Arg had lowered the world record by 70 minutes, so at this point in time, it stood at an outstanding 4 hours, 14 minutes, and 39 seconds. It's a time he'd lower by another 16 minutes to actually be the first to get sub 4.
And that is time, ladies and gentlemen! Boom! But what did I get? I'll find out in a moment! I wanna let the cutscene do it! Woo! Let me see my time, let me see my time, let me see my time, let me see my time. Yes! He did it! He did the 4. He did the sub 4. 3:58:59. Yes, he did. Booyah!
Speedruns, challenges, few things in our world kind of ride off into the sunset with nary a hiccup, and that's where you enter Grimmy Hunter. Now, by incorporating more of the individual game's tech into the overall run, Grimmy was able to chop major time saves off in a couple different spots. By the way, in addition to a top 3 time in Sonic 3, Grimmy's played a whole host of Sonic games. I think even like some ROM hacks and different cool things in there. And all of the emeralds aligned in this run for one that stunned even Grimmy. Check it out for yourself.
What do we got? Holy sh! Okay. Alright. 30. 342. What? Hell yeah!
And that's where things shake out today. I mean, in terms of speedrun.com leaderboards, those 3 are the few that have decided to take on the challenge. Now, I have seen clips of some runners out there. I know Big John, one of them in particular, that have tried to tackle the Sonic 8, but I didn't see any of their times. So shout outs to anyone who's even attempted this, because I still can't wrap my brain around it, and I've made this hecking video. But what do you think? Would you ever try to tackle a multi-game marathon like the Sonic 8? Let me know below. And are there any multi-game marathon type runs that you want me to tackle? Or, kind of do a video on, look into them, things like that. You can always let me know. As always, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, because I want to know that I'm on the right path with all these kinds of videos. I'm still trying to find my way in this whole YouTube world, and your likes, your comments, any feedback you give really helps me out along in that journey. So until next time, take care, and I will see you for the Salty Rundown.